Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello, and welcome back to the channel where you join me at my friend GerCollector's garage. Today though, to check out the newest arrival to the GerCollection, the Porsche GT2 RS. Now no GT2 RS is an ordinary car, this is even less ordinary thanks to a number of modifications which I'm going to show you through before we take the car out for a drive on the de-restricted Autobahns, which I can tell you right now is going to be a little bit crazy. So this is a GT2 RS Weissach package. You can see that with the carbon and the painted stripe on the bonnet, the bronze wheels, and it's also in PTS paint to sample Vesuvio Metallic. But the car happens to have a number of modifications made by PPPerfornance, including a Ryft titanium catless exhaust, which we'll get a cold start from in a moment, and a tune to over 800 horsepower and almost 900 Newton meters of torque. Those are big numbers from the GT2 RS, and I can tell you now, this is going to be very, very fast. So we'll get the car started, get the cold start, then we'll take it on out, head to the Autobahns, and see what the newest arrival here in the GerCollection is actually like. Every time that I've been out in a GT2 RS, I've made no secret of how much I've been blown away by this car and what it can do. And this is going to be even more insane thanks to the modifications that we'll go through in a moment. But I remember well, the first time I drove a new GT2 RS, the 991.2 generation, it was on a bumpy, twisty, undulating race circuit in the south of France. And I did so many laps non-stop that I actually had to come flying back into the pit lane and jump out to be ill. The only time it's ever happened to me in a car, but a testament to how much grip, downforce and braking performance the GT2 RS has even in stock form. And then you get this car. Since then, I also had the experience riding in the passenger seat in the GT2 RS MR around the Nordschleife with Tim Morley, the Apex taxi, and yes, mind completely blown by that experience. The car is parked here in quite a nice sandwich with the SLR Sterling Moss and the 722, and then alongside the GerCollector GT3 RS, the 991.1, which, as you can see, has had an outing to the racetrack, covered in rubber marks completely. But let me tell you a little bit about this car then. GT2 RS Weissach package, you can see that with the exposed carbon bonnet and the painted central stripe. If it's not a Weissach, it's just a carbon bonnet. The colour is a PTS paint to sample Vesuvio Metallic, a very rare paint option. And in fact, if I just turn on a light, you can see some of the metallic sparkle in it. I think it will look quite different as well when we take it outside. The Weissach package also gets you the wheels with the centre lock magnesium wheels in bronze. We've got the yellow PCCBs as well. And in fact, come and have a quick look at the interior of this car. Very much track specification with the carbon bucket seats, the red Alcantara for the seats, the red carpets. We've also got the red Alcantara on the steering wheel and on the headliner. And of course, we've got the titanium roll cage in the back as well. So very much track prep. Today, we're going to be taking it though on the Autobahns. No speed limits, so we're safe. We will see what it can do. Back here, we've got a 3.6 litre twin turbocharged flat six. In stock form, it makes 700 horsepower and 750 Newton meters. In this car, thanks, as I'm going to try and show you just down here to the exhaust system. Bear with me 1 second. We have the Ryft catless titanium exhaust, and that, along with the tune from PPPerfornance, helps this car make about 800 horsepower, just over, and almost 900 Newton meters of torque. So we're in for a bit of a treat with this in a second. I think first up is going to have to be a cold start to pull the car on out, and then, well, then we'll jump on board, take it out, and go see what it can do. I guess all that's left now then is to get the car started. Let's hear a cold start from the GT2 RS.
Such a deep rumble to it. This is of course cold start idle route before we go anywhere. We're going to take the car out. Oh, excuse my voice crack. It is actually pretty loud. Sound of power, like I said. So we'll get in the car. We're going to take it up the car lift, of course, to get it out of the garage. Oh, look at the colour changing though under the light now. Completely different. Look at this. And I think outside it's different still. Nice. So, into the lift, up it goes, I'll climb on board, and then we're going to head to the Autobahn with the GT2 RS. The grumble, the wheels look awesome, and check out how the colour changes when we get some daylight on it. Right, I will climb in then, and we're going to head out. I think this is going to be pretty mega, all basically new. Look at that, elbow-ring lap time on the door sill, always good fun. Alright, on board. How you doing? How are you doing? All ready to go again? Ready to go and ready to enjoy, and I think this is going to be quite a mega thing. We'll find out shortly. We're heading out to the Autobahn and we're following a car which is a polar opposite in terms of this and performance, an old G-Wagon. It's even got the grills over the tail lights. But I tell you what, this is actually fairly civilized, driving it normally. Obviously the 7-speed PDK dual clutch. But yeah, this is comfortable, this is calm, this is normal, until in a few seconds all hell is going to break loose. I know, oh wow, yeah, you hear the turbo. Obviously got to warm it up a touch, but you feel the back planting down. Just aware of it. We've got the Sport Cup 2 tyres. Yes, feels like power. The road starts to empty in front of us. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's proper back of the seat stuff. This is bonkers fast. 250, 260, 270, 280. This is... Okay, I knew it was going to be quick, but that's that feeling of torque, like gluing you to the back of the seat. The torque obviously being the actual feel, not necessarily the horsepower. Oh, this is our favourite tunnel, and it's not going to be like an Aventador, but we should get some cracks. Whoa! Okay. Well, that's cool. Goodness. Well, yeah. That acceleration. It's frantic. Oh, there's a Corvette up ahead. All the way out there, a C7 Corvette. Wow. It's not bad actually. Obviously exhaust open, PDK in sport. The anticipation of the de-restricted signs. Oh gosh. Those numbers build up disturbingly fast. Just insanely fast. Now though, a little bit of traffic. But hopefully we'll have a completely empty stretch ahead. The intake spool up that you hear. I'm not sure how much of that is on the video, but you hear the air being sucked in by the engine behind. Let's just hope it's going to get emptier ahead. Mental, absolutely mental. 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, 310, 320. Wow, 323 kilometers per hour. That's actually 200 miles an hour. 322 is 200 miles an hour, so... Wow, okay. Brutal fast, isn't it?
That was quick. That was quick, yeah.
Let's just put down, keep it pinned, and mental figures come around. I can't believe that. We actually just did 200 miles an hour like that. Like a matter of seconds. The 0 to 200 miles an hour or 320 whatever kilometers an hour in this car. The speed with which those numbers build. I mean, it's definitely Senna fast. It's that kind of insane performance. Just endless pull, and you don't really notice even the shift. It just flips from one gear into the next. It keeps going, keeps doing the same. This is where, from 100 kilometers an hour, just watch those numbers. That's 200 in what, 4.5 seconds or something? 250. And yeah, 270 just out of nothing. Caught up with the cars in front. Yeah, what is this? This is a crazy, crazy brutal machine. Unfortunately, a little bit of drizzle on the window, but still on it. 270. What a ridiculous car. I've hopped out for a moment, but the colour of the car outside is completely different. Actually, in many ways, it looks almost quite grey. You can hear the valve opening there. Obviously, we're going to take a quick listen to it from the outside. Tell you what, it's those downshift bangs that are really loud. Almost like gunshots here in the woodlands. Addictive sound.
The only problem comes in the form of a few rain clouds that have started to drizzle, which is not ideal, but while we're outside, let's have a few little blips so that we can hear what it sounds like. That turbo noise and the cracks. Anyway, let me hop back on board. We'll head back on our way. But hearing this from the outside is really cool. Those cracks are very loud.
Yeah?
The way you hear them snapping. Right, I might belt it back up.
Ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go. So, back on the move. Oh no, this is not the weather we want.
Starting to rain again.
Not in a car like this.
British weather is back.
Yeah, I do my best to take it everywhere I go. I always joke about this. Unfortunately, bringing it here today. Heading back then for the moment onto a stretch of Autobahn. That is a very, very grey looking cloud. Grey and ominous, which is not what you want. And unfortunately some traffic up ahead as well. But the crazy thing with this is despite having that gigantic picnic table for the rear wing, it still managed to pull quite so hard. Because you were saying the GT3 RS, it's nothing like that when you're going to 300.
No. With the GT3 RS like 250 and then it takes like ages to 300.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's like just keep on pushing.
I'm still getting my head around when it was going up and we were at like 280 and it was 280, 290, 300, 320. Well, 310, 320. So it's one seriously quick piece of kit, this car. But it's not that loud, considering the exhaust system, which I had a look at earlier. It's not crazy loud. It's just crazy fast. Like up to 250 and some raindrops with cut twos. But yeah, monstrously fast. And this is exactly what you don't want when you're coming towards a de-restricted sign. This is a million miles from ideal, unfortunately. Maybe we'll be past it, maybe we'll be just past it. We'll find out in a moment. Ballistically quick. Wow. What a car. Ooh, test vehicle. What's that? Under the skin. Not sure. Oh, the grip as well. I mean, proper track car, obviously. Oh, holding on tight. Those numbers. They climb so ludicrously fast. Every acceleration, the feeling of the torque, the kick back into the seat, that feeling of being pressed right back into these buckets. What is this car? Wow. It just pulls like a rocket. Absolute rocket ship. We drive back into the car lift. I always think these things are so cool. Obviously with the engine behind us, we need to go right up towards the front and then we chill for a moment. The door will close and we'll go down. And back into the garage we go, which is just so unbelievably epic with all of the cars that are in here, obviously. And now with two Porsches in the GerCollection, with this car and the GT3 RS. Well, that was cool. An unbelievably fast thing. The GT2 RS is quick in any shape or form, and when you give it even more power and make it sound like this, it's just an absolute brutal weapon. This thing is epic. Great work by Ryft and PPPerfornance, an awesome thing to be here in the GerCollection, and a fantastic car to have taken out on the Autobahn up to 323 kilometers an hour, over 200 miles an hour, and you could see how the numbers were climbing and how much more this car would have in it. I reckon the top must be somewhere like 350, 360, so what, 225 miles an hour? Who even knows? It's a car that's built for downforce on the racetrack, obviously with the big splitter at the front, all the openings for the cooling, the gigantic spoiler at the rear, yet even in a straight line, somehow that manages to not be too much of an inconvenience in terms of the drag. Obviously, by having a big wing that's up high in the air, gives you great downforce at lower speeds or at mid speeds, but at high speed, that means it needs a lot more power to push on through to get through the drag and obviously the aerodynamic effect of the air that you're flying through. But overall, this car, very, very quick, very cool. Obviously with a twin turbo engine, it's never going to be the loudest thing in the world. It's not like a naturally aspirated engine that's had headers or something. Even if you take out the cats, it's still going to be a slightly muted car as a result of the turbos. But I mean, just look at it here. Look at the color when you get the light pinging right off it. It's a really, really interesting color. Very hard color to paint, I believe, as well, and a very special PTS option. So an epic thing. What a day. Now we're back here with all of the cars in the garage, looking fantastic as ever. And yes, having been out in the GT2 RS. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, seeing the car being driven in anger on the Autobahn. Do check out GerCollector's channel as well if you'd like to see more videos of the other cars in the collection too, and plenty more going forwards. That's it for now though. Your support is always appreciated. Thank you very much guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.